I change your bum life. You fight me, it's a celebration. When you sign to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home, you ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Yo, welcome to the 5th round. As always, your boy Stephen Moustaris, and I'm gonna change it up a little bit this time. Usually I'm talking MMA. It's always my go-to sport, but with this possibly being the last boxing fight of Tyson Fury's career, against Saturday night against Dyllian Whyte, I kind of wanted to break it down a little bit, kind of talk about it just a tad. One, I will start off by saying I really hate how I don't know what the fuck happened to promoting boxing lately. I feel like nobody talks about this shit anymore. Fucking Triple G just fought a couple weekends ago. Had no idea. Literally sitting here like I'm always checking on every fucking fight, website ever, like checking Google every 5 seconds for UFC, all these huge ass things. But it's hilarious how like a Jake Paul fight can get announced and you're gonna hear it for months and months and months. So I don't know what the fuck happened to boxing promoting, but they definitely dropping the ball. I know MMA is king now. I mean, it already is. I don't even want to have the argument. But anyway, I definitely wanted to take the time and shout out the respects to Tyson Fury that he deserves. Boy's 31-0. Should be 32-0, really. His one draw against Deontay Wilder. Got dropped in that last second. Craziness. Gets up like The Undertaker. So, I mean, and then he clearly goes on to beat the shit out of him in the next couple fights. But, man, this is tough, though, because I just want to... Because Dyllian Whyte's a dog, too. I think he's like 28-2. Fucking dog. The only time we've seen him lost is Anthony Joshua. And then I think like Poletkin or something. I think they both just had, I think they just had back-to-back fights. And I know they're 1-1 with each other. I don't know. This is one of those ones, though. Dyllian Whyte's a dog. I think he's really good. I just don't think he's, the Anthony Joshua or the Deontay Wilder out there. So... I think as long as Tyson Fury comes out and he's Tyson Fury as always, he's definitely Tyson Fury's going to win this one easily. I wouldn't be shocked at like him throwing on a little show if this is his last fight. But I think that's exactly what the only chance Dyllian Whyte has is if Tyson Fury goes out there and is like, hey, this is my last fight. I'm kind of going to go all out, make it. I don't want to say a brawl, but kind of make it real pretty. And every time you try to make it real pretty, I mean, it can get fucking ugly quick. So, I don't know. I'm just sitting here saying if Deontay Wilder can knock this guy down how many times in their fights and he not get finished by a Deontay Wilder who punches harder than anybody pound for pound, I have a tough time seeing Dyllian Whyte coming out and beating Tyson Fury on his last fight, his farewell fight. But with that being said, is this actually Tyson Fury's farewell fight? I think in competitive, legitimate boxing, like boxing other boxers who have fought 30 times in their career, 40 times in their career. I think, I really would say I think so. Unless the Anthony Joshua fight somehow happens, I think that might get him out of bed. But Anthony Joshua's got to get his shit together and really start focusing because I feel like he loses focus sometimes in these fights. And then clearly, I think the only fight that's going to get him out of bed too for Tyson Fury is if Francis Ngannou actually does somehow pull that boxing fight off. I think Tyson Fury is going to take that one easily. Don't get me wrong. I'll get more into that if that ever does happen. But at the same time, like, I just think this is just money for him now at this rate. I know he's already got his legacy locked in. This has a lot of the Floyd Mayweather vibes going. I think he's definitely going to make sure that he wins this last fight. That's for fucking sure. I think he's going to come in more focused than ever, which I hope he does. And, I think he's going to go out there 32-0 with one draw against Deontay Wilder, but it's not a loss. So, the fact he even got up was crazy. But the size difference is crazy. I know he's always used to that. The only thing that kind of scares me is the last couple fights that Tyson Fury has had that isn't Deontay Wilder or, the big names a little bit. He does seem to at least get hit every once in a while. And it's boxing. All you do is throw punches. You're going to get fucking hit. But that's the thing that's funny, though, too, is, like, one cut from him, like, it's the end of the world for people. Like, oh, my God, Fury's cut. But it's, like, really, at the end of the day, if Wilder would have hit him like that, or Anthony Joshua would hit him like that, Andrew Ruiz, somebody would hit him like that, it's like, oh, my God, look how good he is. So it's one of those, it's kind of double entendre. It's a double-edged sword for real. So, I don't know. I'm really sitting here pulling for Tyson Fury. He's been one of my favorite boxers ever. I think his comeback story, I think his whole story in general of life is super inspiring and super motivating. So shouts out to you, my guy. I think he deserves to ride off in the sunset. I think we will see an Anthony Joshua fight, but I think it might be a year from now, maybe 2. Who knows? I think we'll probably see a Francis Ngannou fight as long as Francis continues to win in the UFC. I know he's out for a couple months. I think he's gonna beat Stipe if they fight again, but the only fight that I think would be tough for him is maybe that John Jones fight. But the way he's been starching people and how good he looked against Ciryl Gane, I think that man could probably beat anybody right now. So I think that fight might happen as well. But for legitimate, like him training all the time, always looking for a fight, always having to, defend belts, I think that's over with now at this rate. And I think he deserves all of it. So Tyson Fury, I know you'll never see this, but shouts out to you. Thank you for being super motivating and one of the more inspiring people I've ever seen in my life. Literally anything. I've never met him or anything, but just his story is just one of those ones that it's always going to stick with you. So shouts out to you, my brother. Best of luck this weekend. I know you're probably going to dominate. But yeah, boxing, what the fuck's going on? Get your promoting going. I don't know what the fuck's going on. If I wasn't into, combat sports, I wouldn't even know this guy's fighting this weekend, and it's supposed to be his farewell fight. Come on now, you're dropping the fucking ball. But hey, this has been the 5th round as always, Stephen Moustaris, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Whoop.